Hallo und herzlich willkommen. In this video, I'd like to explore some cognates revolving around the skeletal system. There are surprisingly a lot of links here between German and English vocabulary. You'll notice that many of these words are more basic vocabulary, whereas when you get into more precise anatomical terms, the terminology in both languages relies heavily on Latin.
Wow.
Our first word is the ribs, die Rippen in German. You'll notice in German it's spelled with two P's, whereas in English it's spelled with a B. This is a pretty common phenomenon between the two languages. Nearby is das Brustbein, the breastbone. On the back we have das Schulterblatt, the shoulder blade. And then on the arm we have the radius, which is called in German die Speiche. This word is related to spoke and spike in English. Be careful not to hit das Schienbein or your shin bone.
Oh.
And then the pubic bone in German is called das Schambein, or the shame bone. And then we have das Siebbein, the ethmoid bone. This is a bone that's located in your nose and is more porous like a sieve. And then we have das Schläfenbein, which is the temple. This is the side of your head that you sleep on. And then there are all sorts of joints which are referred to as linkages or links in German. You have das Schultergelenk, das Ellenbogengelenk, Handgelenk, Kniegelenk, and das Sprunggelenk. The Sprunggelenk is the ankle. This is the joint that you jump from or spring from. And then the receiving end of the hip socket is called die Hüftpfanne, the hip pan. And then in the lower portion of the pelvis, you have the ischium, which is called in German das Sitzbein, the sit bone. And then lastly, we have a fairly basic pair of words. You have the hands and feet, die Hände und die Füße. The skeleton in German is called the Knochengerüst.
That's me.
This is made of two parts, Knochen, meaning bone, and Gerüst, meaning frame. Knochen can mean knuckle bone, but is more commonly used to refer to bones in general. There's also Knöchel in German, which is your ankle, but can also mean knuckles. Gerüst means a scaffold or frame in German. So in German, the skeleton is referred to as a bone frame. This is reminiscent of the word Bahnhus, used in Beowulf, literally bone house. Also with the word Knochen in it are Oberarmknochen and Oberschenkelknochen, humerus and femur. You can think of these as over or upper arm bone and over or upper leg bone. Schenkel actually has a cognate in English, which is shank. There was a king of England reigning from the late 13th century to the early 14th century.
My name is Edward the First.
And he was also known as Edward Longshanks.
Hey!
Then there's Kniescheibe, the kneecap. Scheibe means a disc and has a cognate in English, shive and sheave, words you've likely never encountered before. A sheave is a small disc that's used in pulleys to guide the rope around. There's the Elle in German. This is the ulna. It's likely just a contracted form of ulna. And it's also the same root as elbow. And then finally, the pelvis in German is referred to as das Becken, which is just a basin. You can see the CK in Becken becomes an S in English. And you also have the word for a sink, das Waschbecken, a wash basin.
Hey, did you like this video? I sure did. This video took a lot of effort for my friend to put together. Consider helping him out by raising that thumb. I mean, Digitus Primus Menace. And make sure to check out our latest videos. Help! Somebody help me! Oh well. Bye.